Yeah, so I started Southern Pain and Spine almost exactly 4 years ago in February of 2021, and I started out with myself and one employee. It was a receptionist up front and me in the back. Today, we have 16 providers, and we have approximately plus or minus about 100 employees, and we have 8 offices. And Landrum has been there for about the last 2.5 years of that, of that growth. Early on, we were using a different company, but once we started growing really fast, we realized that that company just wasn't able to service our needs, like we needed. So we were looking for a more personal level of service. The company that we used, it was adequate. I picked them because my previous employer was using them, and so I just knew of them. I heard of them. So that's just how I started using them because I was used to that from where I used to work. Um, but what we really needed was a more personal level of service. We needed somebody that could really work quickly and service us, very quickly rather than a bigger company that just we would send an email and we wouldn't get a response for a few days or something like that. So I think as we were growing, we had needs where things would come up that we hadn't thought through before or that situation hadn't arisen before. And we really needed answers very quickly to stay on top of things. We're thrilled with the people. As I mentioned, every person that we've dealt with at Landrum has been nothing short of amazing. Always been available to us. Always able to answer our questions or get an answer for us if they don't know. As far as the technology, the other company that we were using, their platform was kind of clunky and really wasn't very user friendly. I think the Landrum HR platform is just pretty easy to use. And then the other thing, I think that Landrum provides us is helping us with some of our HR guidance as far as liability, the laws. When we have questions about things from an HR standpoint, because we're a small company, we really couldn't afford to go hire a full-time HR director. As far as the future, I see further growth for the company. I'm very much an entrepreneur by heart, a physician by training, and but I love the business side and growing a practice, a business. And I think you've got to have good partners along the way. And I think our partnership with Landrum will further continue. So much so that we just merged with another practice approximately about 30 days ago. We took over that practice. They were using yet a third company, a different company, for their HR services, and we discontinued immediately services with them and brought everybody onto us because that's how much we believe in Landrum. We didn't even consider that other company and say, should we go on to them or should they come on to us? It was kind of a no-brainer. We didn't even consider that. We just said, no, they're coming to Landrum. So that lets you know, and we have a couple other practices that we're in discussion with, not for 2025, but maybe in 2026. I think we've got more than we can handle right now. But as we grow, we know that Landrum's always going to be there and be part of our growth. I think I would tell them that they're going to get unparalleled service, and I think customer service is a lost art. Sure, there are a lot of PO companies out there, a lot of HR partners out there that can provide you probably with a platform that can provide you benefits and all these other kinds of things, but service is very lacking across the boards in all industries. So when you find a partner that truly believes customer service is important and really emphasizes that, I think that's what you can find with Landrum.